Today, we'll be talking about the Gilded Age. The Gilded Age, from the front, everyone thought it was a prosperous time in America. Industry was booming.
How's business? Business is booming.
Exports, imports were increasing, but when you open up the inside of America, you see the real problem of the Gilded Age. The poor are more poor than ever. The rich are just getting richer, being exploited. The poor being exploited by the rich. The growing industry, the uncontrolled nature of these industries, and the main people to blame were the four robber barons. First, Rockefeller. He made his money through oil. Then came Vanderbilt, who made his money through trains, and monopolizing on the train system. Then came Carnegie, who was in charge of the steel business. And then came JP Morgan, who owned all of the banks.
Okay, so I'm sure you're wondering, what the hell is a robber baron? So basically, a robber baron is a term used to describe late 19th century American businessmen who were known for using rather shady tactics to acquire power, such as assassinating people,
This is America,
or sabotaging competition, or forming monopolies and trusts. This was pretty bad for average Joe like us.
John D. Rockefeller was a robber baron in the Gilded Age. The Gilded Age was very important to U.S. history. John D. Rockefeller was born in Richford, New York, July 8, 1839, and died May 23, 1937. He was an American industrialist and philanthropist who founded the Standard Oil Company, and he had the first trust in U.S. history. He built the first oil refinery near Cleveland in 1863. He acquired pipelines and terminal facilities, and also purchased oil competing refineries in other cities. He also negotiated with the railroad company to get favored rates for transporting oil. In 1881, he formed the first trust. This trust led to a monopoly, which is the control of one entity that supplies a certain commodity. Even though he had many shady deals and took advantage of his workers, he also was a philanthropist and finance. He retired in the 1890s and donated over $500 million to educational, religious, and scientific causes.
One of the robber barons was J.P. Morgan. Born as John Pierpont Morgan in May 17, 1837 in Hartford, Connecticut. Morgan financed railroads in the late 19th century, but the railroad industry experienced overexpansion. By doing so, he gained a significant portion of the railroad stocks and eventually controlled an estimated 17% of U.S. railroads. J.P. Morgan eventually followed in his wealthy father's step into the banking business. He formed J.P. Morgan and Company, giving birth to modern-day financial giant J.P. Morgan Chase. He was also a philanthropist. During the economic crisis of 1898, Morgan loaned the federal government more than $60 million. However, the muckrakers claimed that J.P. Morgan had too much power and could manipulate the financial system for his own gain.